Maternal-fetal relationship. This is a part of patient rights and responsibilities. So this is a situation in which physicians take the pregnant women as two individuals. So they accept the health of two individuals who are biologically linked, who are viable, who are living. So most of the mothers accept the treatment if their life of the fetus is in danger. But sometimes ethical issue arises when the mother fails to take the treatment for the life of the fetus. So here ethical issue arises mainly, but keep in mind that we cannot force the mother for the treatment because mother has her own choice and freedom. Now, massive advances have taken place in the medical care and direct procedures are now available towards the fetus. So, physicians must adapt those procedures which are beneficial for the health of both mother and the fetus, ताकि ये ना हो कि एक माँ की अगर सेहत की बात हो रही है तो फीटस को नुकसान पहुंच रहा है और अगर फीटस की सेहत की बात हो रही है तो माँ को नुकसान पहुंच रहा है. Physicians must adapt those medical procedures which are best for both the individuals. So this is something unethical, unacceptable, or it is something unhumanly to harm one individual for another. If we are providing treatment for the fetus to the mother, then what will be the side effects, what will be the consequences? We have to discuss it with the physician. In America, fetus has a right because fetus is a viable form that has the right to begin his life with sound body and mind. Now, what is the legal status of the fetus? Legal status of the fetus begins when the fetus is viable and it progresses as the gestation progresses. So this lies some duty on the mother. As far as the fetus is attached to the mother, it is the responsibility of the mother to take care of the fetus. So if the mother fails to perform this duty, then she can be charged, then the subject charge her for the fetal abuse. This can be refusal of hospitalization, refusal towards intrauterine transfusion, that is again beneficial for the mother's health as well as for the fetus. But if the mother refuses to be hospitalized or to attain intrauterine transfusion, then this can be harmful for the fetus as well as for the mother. And sometimes surgical delivery is required. For example, the mother is suffering from infectious diseases known as syphilis. This syphilis can cause mental health retardation in a newborn baby. So if you want to save the baby, protect the baby from syphilis, then the physician requests for the cesarean section so that the syphilis cannot be transferred from the mother to the fetus. So there are two schools of thoughts. One school of thought says that mother should not be forced for the treatment. If the mother refuses to take the treatment, it is her own will, it is her own choice, and she is free for the refusal of the treatment. So according to the American College of Gynecologists, gynecologists should attain those methods which are beneficial for the mother as well as for the baby, and they should follow those procedures which are wanted by the pregnant female. Never allow those procedures which are unwanted by the pregnant females.